Top of the morning, y'all, coming to you from the deep, deep south down here in Mississippi. I'm about to put the grill on, and I'm about to serve up some backyard butchers. Y'all, this is 100% American meat. 85% of the meat that is in your grocery stores right now is stamped product of the USA, and it's not. It's just packaged here. That's why they get to put that stamp on it. It's gonna piss Bill Gates off when you find out about real meat, so go to backyardbutchers.com/buddy, get 20% off your order, and get it by July 4th, because we all gonna be grilling out there. Link is below. All right, y'all, so I like to do good news videos sometimes because the whole dadgum world is falling apart, and this is definitely one of them. The police chief in Uvalde, Texas, who delayed and pretty much did absolutely nothing while 21 people, 19 children, y'all, 19 children and 2 adults were killed because of his inaction and his team's inaction in the school shooting, is now being arrested and indicted along with one other officer, as it damn well should be. Here's the most sickening part. These police officers had all kinds of protection and they refused to breach the doors. Those poor kids had nothing but their teachers laying their bodies over these kids, trying to keep them alive, trying to shield them from being shot. As much as you might want to wait for backup, and I understand in a lot of situations that is human nature, especially as a police officer, as much as you want to wait for backup, that never applies to when we're talking about children. I feel like everybody on this channel understands that. We all agree with that. So it's making really big news right now that this is the first criminal conviction ever for a police officer's inaction. You know, according to the AP anyway. I'd have to look into it. But look, y'all, I think these criminal charges are absolutely fantastic. And I'm gonna go even further. I'm gonna go even further because we all know this truth right here. There's an unspoken argument that says adults are supposed to lay down their lives for kids. If you're 50, 60 years old and you see a 7-year-old kid who's about to die, you lay down your life. That's just how I was raised, and that's how you're supposed to believe. If you don't believe that, then you're probably one of these guys that thinks Joe Biden can knock out 50 clap push-ups right now and then run a half marathon. It's a mental illness that anybody would even disagree with that fact. Now, in other law enforcement duties, there's also another unspoken rule. And I've definitely been privy to this because I've got a whole bunch of Leos that are friends of mine. And I've got a SWAT commander who is a very, really good friend of mine who's down there in Florida, and he's told me stories that I can't even repeat and can't even imagine. And I would never want to be in those kind of positions because these guys have brass balls to do what they do. But there's an unspoken rule that there is no obligation whatsoever to lay your life down for subhuman life forms. I don't believe that a police officer or a member of our military should ever run into a burning building to save a group at a pedophile convention. I don't believe that prison wardens should run into a burning building or a burning jail that's filled with murderers and rapists. I don't know anybody that would see that as unfortunate. I don't even know anybody that would see that as a great loss. I, for one, am not laying down my life for subhuman life forms. We're not all God's children, and I did a whole video on that explaining the whole thing. I'll actually link it in the end screen below if you want to watch it because it's a great video, because a lot of people have been deceived thinking that we're all God's children. We're perfectly pure little angels, and MS-13 is just misunderstood. But when it comes to a school full of innocent kids, if a police chief gets a call that there's an active shooter in there, and he's getting a call that they're doing execution-style killings on children, the purest form of life that there is, and you do absolutely nothing, it'd be better off if you just stepped into that hallway and took a bullet right in the head and died trying to be a hero and save those kids than to go on living with the shame of having to tell your friends, your kids, your coworkers, and everybody that you're a freaking coward till the day you die. So it's awesome to see a conviction for cowardice. It also reminds me of that loser named Cal on Titanic where he grabs a kid and tries to shield behind him at the very end of Titanic, and he goes on, and yes, the lifeboat, he gets lowered down and he lives, but at what cost? Because that right there, my friends, ain't living. You know it and I know it. So we should all celebrate this news today. I want to say right here, if they're prosecuting cowardice now, I think it's a great start. Now, let's go work on the police chiefs who told the officers to stand down during the left-wing extremist March of 2020 when they burned down all the cities across America. Let's go after the ones in Hawaii that formed a blockade so the citizens could not escape, and they turned them around and sent them straight back into the flames to die. Let's prosecute the ones willing to hold the door open on January 6th, just praying for something terrible to happen. They're the ones that let them in the Capitol building to begin with. Let's go after them. This is a great start, but there's a whole lot of other bad guys out there. I have nothing but respect, y'all, for an officer who is one of the good guys, but damn. All the retired Leos that I talk to personally say if they were 25 years old and they could do it all over again right now, no way in hell they'd even get into it because of the fact of the top-down corruption. It's just too big. And to all y'all watching out there that have truly served with distinction, I salute y'all during this video, and I really think that this prosecution right here of these 2 officers is the first step to giving y'all a great name in your profession again. It's a beautiful day. I'm going swimming. I'm going to light up a cigar and watch Maximum Overdrive and cook some backyard butchers because it is some dadgum good meat. God bless y'all. Appreciate you watching. Be good.